Hey, what's up, good people? What is up? We are back again on another marvelous Monday here on Pure Chat Live. I am your host, Damian Jackson. Thank you guys for joining us on today. Guys, before we get started, we ask you if you could drop a one in the comment box if you can hear us clearly. Please drop a one in the comment box if you can hear me clearly. Yeah, and don't forget, guys, if you like what you see, like what you hear, make sure you click that like button, the love button, the in love button, whatever emoji you like. And make sure you're sharing it with somebody you know, don't know, you like, you don't like, family, friends, the ones you don't know, and all that other good stuff. Guys, you can also check us out on Instagram. We are also on TikTok, and we are on Twitter. The Twitter account is PureChat_live. Again, the account name is PureChat_live. And guys, if you want to email us, we do have an email address. We are at purechatlive@gmail.com. Again, it's purechatlive@gmail.com. And guys, if you know somebody that don't like social media like that, tell them to check us out on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe there. Click that notification button so you make sure you know when the new video is posted. Yo, what's good? Feels, come on in. We're just getting started, just getting going. And if you could hear us, please, drop that one in the comment box if you can hear me clearly, so we'll know what to do, make some adjustments or whatever it is. Hi, how are you doing? Yes, I see that. Hi. Yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed your weekend. Hopefully you had an eventful weekend. I didn't know if you guys got any rain, but we did get a little trickle there, trickle here. It's all good though. We are thankful for the little drizzle that we get. Yeah, guys. Yes, tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow is a real big day. If you guys haven't done your early voting, make sure you get that in tomorrow. Make sure you go into the right polls, to the right location. So make sure if you need to go and check on it online, if you know somebody that knows anything about it, go find out what's what, so we can make sure all you guys' voices are heard. What's good, Chanelly? What's going on? Drop a one in the comment box if you can hear me clearly. Drop a big old fat one in the comment box if y'all can hear me clearly, so we can go ahead and get started. Y'all know we about to get going. We don't hold around too much. I do try to give those other ones that's just joining us a little time to jump in. But yeah, we know when it's time to go, we rolling. But yeah, guys, hopefully, like I said, hopefully you guys had an eventful weekend. You enjoyed it, or whatever it is that you wanted to do, or whatever it is the case is. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Yeah. So now we want to go back and give you guys a quick recap of our topic from last week. And this topic is actually a continuation from the previous week. And so last week we talked about how do you apologize, to your children. Is that a one? Yeah, I take that as a one. Yeah, if you guys are just joining us, make sure you drop a one in the comment box if you can hear me clearly. Please drop a one in the comment box if you can hear me clearly. Yeah, we talked about how do, we apologize to our children. Some people, it's already hard for them to, to apologize to, people of, their age or older. And we talked about how it makes a great impact on, it's one finger. I take that one. But yeah, we talked about how much of an impact that it can make, to a child to see that a grown up or their parents are able to come to them and apologize for something that they did wrong, or something that they said out of the way. And so we talked about letting that pride go, and actually try to see how it affects your kids when they expect for you to be there for them, and we either take things, the wrong way, or we didn't see what was going on, for them to actually, tell us. And so, when we make the mistake of, making a difficult decision that was, a decision that was basically wrong, just go, we just talked about, just going to them and, being that bigger person and saying, yeah, mom and dad, yeah, we made mistakes. So, and for our mistakes, we want to, apologize to you, as, my son, or your daughter, or whatever the case is, or your children, plural. But yeah, guys, let me get something straight real quick. Or your children. Yeah, we got a little delay reaction there. But yeah, guys, we're gonna go ahead and with our new topic on tonight. I was hoping to see, a few more people that, told me they was gonna jump on, but we let them just jump in whenever they get in there. But our new topic for tonight is, how do we support our children? This is just another spinoff from, the what we were talking about this past week about, the previous week before that, sorry, on, how well do you know your children. And so we are at a point now that everybody loves, support. Everybody loves to have somebody, in their corner. Everybody loves to have somebody there backing them up, there for them, and, cheering them on when, things get hard, or, difficult situations come up. And so for us to know that we, would love to have people there, joining us, or, there for us, got our backs and everything. But just as well as we, love the support, your children will love the support so much more. But we're gonna give you guys some quick information on that. Your children. Sorry, guys. But we're gonna give you guys. We're having some technical difficulties here, but we're gonna make it work. So, yes, how to support your children. Now, I did go and get some information, online. Looked up some things, some points, some key points that can highlight and not just help you, but help me also. So it says parents can reinforce and praise accomplishments and offer assistance where additional work may be needed. As stated earlier, many children cannot succeed in school by themselves. They need parental support. One way for parents to support their children is by helping them with homework. And this is just showing, just one or two, one different, one aspect of, supporting your children. When we think, when we hear support your children, we think of money wise, buying things for them, or, providing for them, and, just making sure their needs are met. But what about the things that you can't, pay for, that time, and that, and have that encounter with your, their support and showing, your face there, cheering them on. We all know that I'm pretty sure you guys can relate that some of you guys have kids that were in sports or, different activities when they were growing up. And we always, we always want to, let our children know that we are there for them. When they're doing good, they do a good thing, you be there cheering. Whether, when they mess up, you still there, cheering them on, trying to, keep them positive, a positive mind. And that is more than just going out there and spending money, feeding them, clothing them, buying them all the different things that they need, making sure everything is taken care of. But one aspect of supporting is to, be there. Show them that, okay, I'm here for you. whether you out there on a field, on a court, or in the classroom, or whatever it is that they're doing. You want to make sure you show face and say, I'm here. I'm here supporting you. I know, things might look a little funny or a little iffy, but still, yeah, I'm here cheering you on. I'm your number one fan. And we hear a lot of, parents and whatnot, talking about their kids making it big time, and we're gonna be there with bells and whistles on in the front row and everything else. But we're just, and one thing we want to make sure that we're there when they are doing good, but at the same point in time, when they make a mistake or a difficult decision, we still want to be there to show them, hey, I got your back, even though you're going through a rough time in your life. And I had to actually step back myself this recently we had a situation, and neither one of us understood what was going on. Yeah, that's right, unconditional love. But we tried to dig at it and tried to find out what was the issue that was going on. And so it got to a point where I was telling myself to say, okay, kids go through things just like adults go through things, and sometimes they need that moment to themselves to try to think things through, or calm down, or try to get a level head. And so, hey, come on in. Yo, drop a one in the comment box if you can hear me clearly, guys. For you ones that's just joining us, drop a one in the comment box if you can hear me clearly. But going through a difficult situation, and really at this point is it doesn't even matter now. I mean, it matters, but at that point in time, you want to get to the root of things, and you want to make sure how can you make things better, even though you don't know what's really going on. And so at the same point in time, I was thinking, giving them time, to try to get things situated. And so after I say about a day or two, okay, now is a point in time where this bothering you is affecting you, how you respond to others, or how you react to others that's around you. And so we had to basically nip it in the bud, let things be known. Yes, I'm here for you, but at the same point in time, I have to correct you when things are not right. And so we had what they call the powwow, come to Jesus meeting. And we didn't get down to why it was happening, why the situation happened, but we got to a point where we could, kind of, as they said, kind of get it to the rooty tooty, to try to get things settled and come to an understanding of how things should be handled. And so, after that day, things started, getting better. But at the same point in time, if I wasn't there, as a parent to say, okay, what's going on? Like, what's going on with you? And, it's nothing that, we're going to say or do to you if things going, not the way you want to. But be there and support you, even when you are going through, a tough and difficult moment. And so what we want to do is make sure we don't want to, as we say, over protect them. Like, don't allow them, try not to allow anything to happen or them to go through anything. Like I said, they're going to go through things as just as well as we do. There's nothing different. The only thing is the difference is in the age, responsibilities and things that matter. But at the same point in time, like we all deal with, issues, that personal issues at that, because it might not even be the same thing, that we deal with. But personally, we all deal with something different. And it says, I got some other information on says why is it important to for parents to support their child. And it says the influence and support of a parent or a carer can play a vital role during a child's personal and educational development. Parents are carers, parents and carers are the child's first educators and have an opportunity to nurture their children's growth as well as act as an advocate for education. So this is dealing with, being in school, doing, you know, throughout, I call it their 9 to 5. A lot of kids have difficulties in some classes and things that matter when it comes to school. And so, like I said, we I'm pretty sure everybody dealt with their kids having a rough time, if not grades wise, or it was something dealing with school and education wise. So the thing was, we want to our support when it comes to school, and we're there, try to help them with their homework, try to help them with their studying, making sure they get things done. If whether they having an issue in class with another peer, or issues with that difficult subject that they're taking. And so we want to make sure we're there, and talking with the teachers and the staff, the faculty, and trying to figure out the best way that we could help our kids while they're home. And so that's another means of supporting. Like I said, we all want that support group with us. We want that person there, cheering us on, pushing us to tell us, you got this, don't give up, you're almost there, keep pushing. And so like I said, when it comes to supporting kids, it's like so many different aspects that we can support them. We can support them financially. We can support them, making sure they eat, taking care of them, making sure they have clothes to put on their body. Yeah, they might not have, all the big, fancy name brand items as, their peers may have. Because listen, these things get, they're getting a little expensive for some of the stuff. And some of the stuff really, to my knowledge, for what I've experienced, some of the stuff is like bonkers. Like, but we try to make sure, to have the best thing that we can, provide for them. And that's really, very critical when it comes to, raising kids. And, like I said, I'm just 15 years in it, I think. 15 years as a parent. And so I know some of you, some of your kids may be older, in their 20s and 30s, and got half grown kids, and still yet to that certain point in time, even when I believe when they get of age, you still there, to support them when they have difficult times, dealing with their own family issues, whatever it may be. But we're there to try to lead them and guide them, in the best way that they could go. And so that's one of the things that we really want to stress about supporting kids when they're at an age, that young age, because it makes it so much easier. And not saying it's not going to be difficult, but the way that you handle the difficult situations may come a little easier that way when you have that type of relationship with your children, and y'all on a level to where, okay, this is what is going down, and let's try to figure out together how to solve this, or try to fix this this issue, whatever is going on. Like I said, I've seen so many times when kids, and this from a sports perspective, I've seen so many times when parents they come, whether it's practice or a game, they come. A lot of parents they just drop the kids off and keep on going. And my thing is, you're not always going to be there to every recital. You're not always going to be there to every game or whatever it is they have going on. but you want to make sure that they know that they have your support, whether you have to send somebody in your plays or whether you have to get somebody to video. And sometimes a lot of times when they had away games, with my son, I told him, hey, if I know somebody that's going, hey, put it on live or something, or video it so I can see it. And then when he gets home, you start talking about. I said, then we have, we can talk back and forth, and it's not just him talking. That way, we interacting with each other, to try to see, yeah, that's what happened on that, or this how we can prevent this from happening. Because I wasn't able to make it there, but I had a source where I could, still be, involved and supportive to what he was doing. And so a lot of things, like I say, a lot of things come up for different reasons, whether you're working or, different situations, whether you're able to even make it there, because a lot of parents that don't have, those a secure vehicle, that can travel to these, different destinations and things. But at the same point in time, you want to make sure, they have your support. Make sure they know it's not just good for you to know that you support them. They need to know, hey, I'm not gonna be able to make it to your, your recital or, your game or things of this matter. But come back home, tell me about it, how things went, and we'll just, talk back and forth, interact back and forth that way. So like I say, you want to make sure that you're there, supporting your kids, making sure that, they know that you have their back, even though when times get difficult. And sometimes, you have those difficult moments, or your children, they have their difficult moments, and sometimes you already told them, hey, you might not want to do this because this might not work out for you, and you just trying to, have their best at interest. And when things go down to, that matter, whether y'all talked about it or not, it's still some way and some point where you're still, gonna be there to support them. Now, I'm pushing 40 right now. And one thing I can always remember, our parents always tell us, listen, we raised you to know right from wrong. And the thing was, if you go out there, do something crazy and get yourself locked up, you just gonna have to sit there. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, dang, nobody gonna come see me or try to, shoot me some bail or something, try to get me. But yeah, we're thankful that we didn't have to, deal with that. But at the same point in time, I believe that if anything that would come to that, I'm pretty sure, because they're good at, supporting us in things that we do. Like I said, they might not make it to, every game or every event, that we're doing, but still yet we know that we have their support, as being, parents. And so that's some of the things that we've learned growing up through the years, that, okay, I know, how my, parents, raised us and everything. And so I can take, some of that knowledge and some of that parenting skills and take that and try to, apply it, to my way of parenting. And, having the support, even now having the support, at my age, still having the support, when it comes to, things that matter with, my son or whatever the case is, I still have, their support there. There's, like I say, some people tell me, yeah, don't give up, and, keep on something. And my first thing be like, listen, even if I want to, they ain't nobody gonna let me. Cause they gonna be on me hard down and be like, get yourself up and knock yourself off, knock that dust off you and keep on going. But it's just the fact of knowing that you have that support makes things much better when difficult times come. So guys, we want to make sure we're there, if we can be there. But listen, just don't. My thing is, as a parent, I never want to, put my son off on anyone else, and instead of me being there with them. Like I said, when it comes to sports or musical events that he's had, and he had a few events that dealing with with music, that when they were there, one time I believe it was one time that he had an event, and I didn't know too much information about it. But I was that first car there. They told me where the place was, where they had to go, and what time it was going be there. Man, listen, I was there before they got there, making sure he know you. Listen, I'm here. I'm there to support you. Yeah, I had put a little ride in it, but yo, I'm here. It came a point to where I was actually out of town for a while. Say, child, please, these kids are cut from another cloth. There they are. But I believe is all in how you prepare them for different situations, and they're going to be faced with a lot of different things that, like I said, we didn't have to deal with back in the day, because there's so much dealing with technology and things. They're more freely, to be affected by a lot of things that's going on, dealing with, technology and social media and things like that. So yeah, now you just have someone that's out there on the limb and don't know which way to go. But gosh, because listen, we've seen some, I've heard some, but yeah, um, it was a time where I was out of town, and I knew that that would be one of the weekends that he had a game. And so my thing was, okay, if I'm out of town, if I can go, and out of town to enjoy myself, I ought to be able to go and go and support them, be there for him. And so I had cut my time short to make sure yeah, I got to get down this road. Listen, I'm on the road, flying, trying to get there and make sure I was down. And lo and behold, I got there right before it started. So, and this wasn't like riding the corner. These was a few hours away drive, and so I made that ride all the way down the road, making sure I got there, pulling out all the stops. I wasn't stopping for anything. Made sure I was gassed up and go straight down the road. Um, Chanel says that's why it's important to support them. They have more respect and love for you. They'll see you care. That yeah, that is and sometimes we have those overbearing parents where like we talked about those parents all over the top and stuff. Yeah, it's there to yell and scream, make sure you. And sometimes they think we're embarrassing them, when we do yell and cheer for them like that. Chanel says support strengthens your relationship with your child. It does. I agree with you, Chanel. Like I said, if they see you there, supporting them, cheering them on, having their back, even when things are not going well, it builds character, and it builds a stronger relationship, with your kids. I'm sorry, I'm not a child guru, or what do you call it? I'm not a counselor. I'm not registered or certified, but I'm just telling you, just trying to give you, from the parents' point of view. And I know, some of you guys maybe, like I said, this is for wannabe parents, soon to be parents, and already parents. Like I said, that when that support is shown, yeah, it makes a world of difference, because we've seen so many times where kids, weren't, supported by their, parents. And like I say, we're not knowing, the issues or the situation that they had going on. But it seems like, when now for some reason, when kids get a little bit older in their teens, they tend to be okay, if they know that you're not going to be there, they know their situation. But for, you just not coming, or you just dropping me off, it's like daycare. You just dropping them off, and then I'll come get you when everything over. And I heard some, parents be like, man, I'm not going out there in that cold, or listen, it's draining too, this and that, and no. Like I said, we find all the reasons for not, being there. Let's find a reason for, being there just because. Chanel says supporting them outside of extracurricular activities, communicating with them, even your children supporting through difficult times. Okay, I had to make sure I read that right. I was like, wait a minute, huh? But I got you though. Yeah, I got you. Like I said, when it comes adult children, yes. Like I said, when they're older and you have that type of relationship with them, and they know, the situation at hand, and it really, well, I say from my standpoint, my point of view, it didn't bother me, when, if they weren't going to be there, because I know if they had the chance to and the opportunity to, they were there. And so I didn't fret, I didn't worry, oh man, well, they didn't even come see my game. So, no, I understand, I understood the situation. And so me understanding that situation and having, that type of relationship with my parents, it was okay. But I knew after things was over, we was going to have a talk, we was going to chit chat, laugh, and all this good stuff about what happened, everything that happened. And so I think that with my son gets it from, because when I'm telling you, listen, when he has his chatty moments when he want to tell you about everything, listen, he is like on 1,000. He not no 100. He's on 1,000. And I'm like, gosh, I'm trying to hear everything he's saying, but he kept going. I'm like, well, slow down, bro. But you can tell, his excitement, in things that he do. And so I want to show that same type of excitement, when he's telling me about, or, giving me details on things that happen. And so, like I said, not only we want to, be there to support them, we want to, interact with them, not just sit there and just listen and be like, or sitting there looking at TV, while they're talking, or, on your phone texting, or playing Candy Crush and all them other games that y'all play. But, interact with them and, talk back with them. Yeah, you did what? How you did such. And so we built that type of relationship, me and him, that we just talk, and then when things, get a little, on the iffy side, it comes to a point where we don't let it get too far out of hand to where we want to address, what's going on and what should be, going on. And so just to build that type of relationship with him, is very valuable, and is, I had the word in my mind. Adele says, so how do you support your adult children when they are too busy for you? That is a good question. But I'm pretty sure I can, ask somebody, because I don't have adult children, but yeah, if so, still yet when, they have their individual, lives, and things, situations that's going on. So we have to really, as a parent, we have to give them, that space. But at the same point in time, if you need anything, or, you want to talk to me about anything, I'm here for you. Just hit me up, call me, come on by the house, or things like that. And, we'll talk and discuss how things, went, and how things should have went. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes they get in those difficult situations. We have to allow them to, kind of deal with it on their own. But at the same point in time, be there for that moral support to say, okay, they know if in the back of their mind, if, things are getting too far out of hand, I can come, to my parents and be like, okay, this is what's what. Just And like I said, I can say it from a child's standpoint, adult children point. It when it gets too much for me, dealing with certain situations. Y'all laughing, really? When dealing with certain situations, and having your own family as an adult, yeah, we know that we have that support if we need to go to them and discuss certain things with them, and we don't take everything, to them, because at the same point in time you're a grown adult at this point in time, but if you need that guidance, or somebody that you can, as they say, oh gosh, that person that you need to vent to, or things like that. We as parents, I believe they'll still be there. Whatever hell or high water that they say, come hell or high water, we're there. That's like with my son. I make sure I'm there. If I can't get there, I'll make sure I find out what's going on. Like I say, everything, we're not going to be able to be there, for everything that they do, or even when they're at an adult age, things that they have going on with their own family. We're not always going to be there knowing what's going on, in the house. But if like I say, if there comes a time where it's a tough issue, or a difficult situation, they want to know that they have that, still have that parent support, even though they're parents and adults themselves. And so I would say as a parent, be open, to your kids, whether they're young or old, because it matters so much that, okay, I care enough about you, to hear what's going on in your life, and to be there to support you when you're having your difficult moments. Because like I said, everybody gonna have their difficult moments, whether they're young age or at an adult age. We have our moments. We have our different situations that we deal with. But at the same point in time, we want to know, if that comes a time, I have your support, and sometimes I might not, do the right thing. But at the same point in time, we want to make sure that, they're there just in case, things go down. So, yeah, I don't know. Life is funny, I said, life is very funny. How we deal with, different situations and things, when it comes to, supporting our kids. Chanel says sometimes listening doesn't require a response. They just want you to listen. I agree with that wholeheartedly, because and it may be a cliche when I say this, you learn more by listening. The more you listen and the less you talk, the more you learn about what's really going on. Because if you're always talking, when do you have the time to actually listen and hear? And sometimes they may not be telling you specifically what's going on, but you will hear certain times when they say certain words, or how they express their situation, things. Sometimes you can break it down. You can hear it already in their voices. You see it in the eyes. Like, okay, they really dealing with something. Let me hear what's going on. They may not tell me. Maybe we may be sitting here talking and laughing and stuff like that. But you look for those triggers. Those I forgot what they said, because you guys said it. What the hearing them, how they're feeling. And like I said, when we look for those little triggers, the way they talk, or the way they act, the way their movement, their eyes, just pay attention to small things that matter. You can tell something, that they're dealing with something. So okay, let me open my ears and listen to what you are dealing with. I don't listen, and most of the times, I'm tell you honestly, I would tell you in a heartbeat to tell you, if I don't have anything, if I can't say anything to help you out, or to help the situation out, I'd rather really not say anything. I'd rather sit, hear what's going on, and then take it and, allow it to, sit there and wait, for guidance on how to deal with certain, because sometimes we don't know how to deal, with certain situations when you're dealing with your child. And so the thing, or you're dealing with anybody else, your adult children, or your younger kids, we don't always know the answer. Sometimes we have to go and look for and listen for guidance, get someone that can, help me, that's been, in that type of situation. Or if you have a spiritual, walk, pray about it and listen, for guidance. There's nothing wrong with, going out and listen. And like I say, if I don't want to offend anyone, if you're watching, so if you don't deal with the spiritual as aspect of life, you can go ahead and mute or, skip forward. But if you, like I say, if you have a spiritual life, we grew up, knowing church. We grew up in church I'm pretty sure from birth. And at that time, when we're older, we understand and we build that. It's just like building a relationship, with hold on. Shauna says parents support kids differently. If no one else supports kids or adult children, should be able to say, feel, and know that they have their parents' support. And that is wonderful. Nicely said, Shauna. Yeah, talking about we dealing with the spiritual, the same type of relationship that you want to have, with God, or like I said, if you're spiritual, the same type of relationship you want to have with Him, close relationship. He already knows you, so it's like we already know our kids. But at the same point in time, you want to, be able to hear from, your parent, your guardian, or whatever it is. And with us, you want to be able to go to God and talk to Him. And, I don't know how to deal with this, God. I never dealt with this before. Please, send someone. Please send someone to help me, deal with this situation. Or tell me, send me, how to deal with this. Give me the knowledge of how to deal with it. And I promise you, when you actually, you're sincere and, mean what you say, what you're trying to do, the answer will come. The answer will come. I back that up. I back that. The answer will come. Okay. For you guys. All right. All right. Like I say, God, man, listen. Y'all don't believe. I think God is so funny. God has to have a sense of humor. Especially when dealing with us. You got to have a sense of humor. You got to. Children respond back to how you react. Like I say, if you're giving off positive energy, that you will, you will be able to feel that. And I've heard, what do you call them? I don't want to call them scientists, or, Chanel says they'll either shut down or communicate with you. Researchers, yeah. Researcher says that when you give off, positive energy will come back, and they'll be, more open and willing, to contribute to that, that situation, or that the atmosphere. And so when you deal, when your kids are dealing with, certain things, and like I said, it could be things that we already told them, like don't do this and don't do that. And still at the same point in time, when you're bringing that positive, atmosphere towards them, to say, okay, let's talk about this. Let's see how we can deal with this. Let's see how we can, fix this situation. There's so much freedom. They feel free to, want to share with you, things that's going on. Like I said, the parent knows when, their kids are dealing with different things, with certain things. We might not know, as far as what it is, specifically, but we know when, our children are dealing with things, dealing with certain issues and things. Like I say, when he was dealing with this situation, I knew something was wrong with him, because he's not a person where he's just going to be quiet throughout the evening, especially when he come home from, school or practice and things like that. He always got something to tell us. Always, he's chatty, and it's not that he's talking too much, he just has a lot to say. And so when I see differently, his actions are different. His response is different. I know right then and there, boom, something going on. Okay, what's happening? And like I say, 9 times out of 10, or 70% of the times, they're really not going to tell you, sometimes what's actually going on, but they'll let you know that they're dealing with something. And so it's to that point, where I, as a parent, say, okay, I don't know, what's going on, so let's find out how we can make things better. Not even, just dealing with that situation, but all in general. How can we make this better? Make you feel better, or make you, have a clear mind, to think things through, to try to, deal with that situation that they're dealing with. So, like I said, just be, as a parent, you want to be open with your kids, but and you want to be open about things that's going on with them. Let them know, you're there. I don't have to tell you anything. If you just, like I say, if you just want to come and talk, chat, or like we do most of the time via text, and some texts go on and on and on and on. I'm pretty sure y'all guys know about them long messages or long comments. No pun intended. Shauna says, have to sit and listen and not be so quick to cut that child off, or be so into other things that you can't give time to listen and hear them out. Yeah, you really want to be very, interactive with in dealing with conversations and dealing with issues. Not just be there. Sometimes they want to make sure you're hearing them, you're paying attention to what they're saying, and sometimes you give a response. And like I say, if you don't know the response that you want to give, like I say, you want to take some time and think about it, study on it, and see how to then come and let them know, hey, what we was talking about the other day, yeah, and go through it that way. And like I said, they still see that they actually heard what I had to say, and now we're talking about how to solve or deal with the issue. And so, like I said, it makes things better when your ears are open, and not just ears open. You're actually hearing it. And like I say, what did it say? You hear me, but you ain't hearing me. I think that's what they said. But dealing with the kids, man, it's taught me a lot, and still learning, from personal experiences. Learning every day. Chanel says, got to be careful communicating text messages. You can take it a different way. It actually takes away from effective communication and listening but not hearing it. Yeah, you got it. Thank you, Chanel. But sometimes the text messages can get a little twisted, so therefore you still want to have that vocal conversation. If, like I say, if you're not able to talk at that moment, make sure if you text, and then y'all have a talk later on that day, let them know, hey, this is what I meant by when I sent you such and such. So and like I said, that clears it up right there. When you a lot twisted, they ain't twisted that much. Golly, acting like make it all over the place. Oh man, but yeah, we want to make sure, we make sure our children know that they have our support, they have our love, they have any part of us, make sure, and sometimes you have to put some things aside, to make sure, your child is, that's top priority. So, when it comes to other things, you want to make sure you're handling, you know, that that aspect of being a parent, making sure you're there supporting them, in anything that they're doing, anything that they're going through, whether good or bad. And so yeah, be that one right there on the bleacher yelling and screaming and be like, yeah, that's my son, that's my daughter. Yeah. But like I said, that support, it helps so much when dealing with younger kids, even older kids, adult kids. I believe it will make a lot of things, if not better, it make it a little more easier, to deal, with certain situations, and whenever different things come up. Shauna says, and don't get them text messages in all caps. Here comes the yelling and that. Now, listen, I'm gonna help y'all out. I'm gonna help us out. A lot of parents that are not used to, how text messages are supposed to be text. Now, some know, all caps mean, yelling. But to the ones that's not there on the be like, okay, I know what this text mean, or when we short text and things like that, exactly what that means. Yeah, we have to let them know, hey, when you put all caps, that means you're excited. I'll put it like that. It may not be, being rude or yelling. Excitement. You're excited. Like if I text wow, in all capital letters, yeah. Well, they pick up the phone. It's a simple pick up the phone and call. Like I say, sometimes, that phone call, you're not able to make that phone call. And like I say, not knowing, where you're at or what you're dealing with at that moment. You can be, in a meeting or, things that matter, or dealing, whether you're on the phone, business wise. Sometimes the text message is the quickest thing that you can get there, especially if, yes, yes, they can call later, but we're talking about at that point in time where you're not able to actually be on the phone, or be face to face. Yes, we get text messages, but like I said, after the text messages, hey, you get a moment to call. Boom, call. Cause listen, I know sometimes y'all done did phone. A lot of y'all done did some phone tagging. You called and then they miss it, then they call you, then you miss it. So yeah, it happens. Sometimes it's easier, and sometimes it's just that difficult. We have to catch each other. But like I said, if it's something has to be addressed at that moment in time, yeah, I'm pretty sure the phone call will come. Your mom ain't had text. But text me then. I read your text message, and I won't even think nothing wrong when you text me in bold capital letters. I guess that's my kind of mindset. I kind of think the positive first before I think the negative. But that. Like I said, that's just me. Dealing with them kids, man, it's a whole different ballgame. Like I say, we have to be a lot more understanding, whether we're the children or the parents. Be more understanding of saying, okay, hearing each other, just actually listening, to what everybody says, and when I believe when it comes to a point where you guys are on the same page, understanding each other, or because sometimes you can get a misunderstanding, either through text message or through a quick phone call. Um, but like I say, if it's a difficult situation and a difficult issue, you really want to, if you have that type of relationship, with your parents, um, you really want to open your ears up when dealing with your child or dealing with your parent, because like I said, we all raised differently. Everybody's not raised the same. Everybody, the way they deal with things, it's not the same. So, what may work, when if you're the child, might not work, for the parent side, and what might work for the parent side might not work for the kid side. Chanel says when y'all at children, they don't hear you. I think when you yell at children, sorry. I don't know why I was reading that wrong. Sorry, Chanel. Your messages are just flabbergasted. When you yell at children, they don't hear you. Um, when I was of age, yeah, we kind of heard, because the yelling wasn't the only part of the discussion. So yeah, we heard loud and clear. Might not have been a pleasant conversation, but yeah, we heard. And like I say, sometimes the moment, the height of the moment can get the best of us. And like I said, don't be so quick to react to how you're feeling at that time, depending on the generation. Yeah, let's not be so quick to react or speak at that time, especially when your feelings are all over the place, and things are not settled, because a lot can be said when you're dealing with your feelings, when you're in your feelings, and the situation is at its height, at its peak. That's the moment in time where nobody wants to hear nobody. Chanel says definitely not this generation. That's the time when nobody wants to hear nobody, because I'm in my feelings, so I'm hyped up. You're in your feelings, because I'm hyped up, and so nothing gets resolved, nothing gets done, because we don't let the feeling of that situation and our feelings to get the best of us. We're not even talking to each other, we're talking at each other. And so, like I said, when it gets to that point in time, you want to make sure that you get control of your feelings. Try to calm the situation at that time. And if not at that time, let it be a later time. Sometimes it takes a time where, okay, let me sleep it off, or let me go walk it off, and then we'll come back and talk about this thing. Like I said, nothing will get done if everybody is in their feelings. Everybody is back and forth yelling at each other. Nothing gets accomplished. The only thing that does is make it that much harder, for the relationship between you and your parent, or you and your children. It makes it so much difficult, because now all I know, if I come to you with a issue or a problem, I already know, oh man, they're gonna overact, and yell, and I don't got time for that, because I ain't want to hear that, because when they start yelling, then we back yelling back and forth, and like I said, nothing gets resolved. It just builds tension, where, okay, now I don't want to tell you anything, or I don't want to try to help you within it, because I know you're gonna come to me. Or and listen, I have I have not, from my recollection, as the old folks would say, I can't recall at a moment where we were actually yelling back and forth at each other, because back then, that means like you missing some stuff. You missing something was got fat, and sense was was knocked out of you. So they'll say support the churns. It makes a world of difference. Yes, it does. That we're back and we still on supporting. Like I said, that support can build so much of a relationship, a strong bond, with you and your kids. So we want to make sure that we're there and supporting them. Now we got beat. I'm talking about when you got that. You say something, you had no business. Boom. It was no thought. It wasn't even a warning. It just came. Boom. Like, okay. What just happened? But yeah, guys, that's that. Listen, like I say, it's a different generation. Like I say, a lot of the things that they did, when we were growing up or before us, people weren't so much frowning on it. Like, oh, you did that to your child? Why you do that and such? And like I said, the government has really made it so difficult, or try to make it difficult by the way you parent your child. And like I said, for different parents, different situations, everybody handles things differently. Chanel says exactly. Be like, I ain't even saying that. Listen, they seen the thought in your eyes, or they just knew you was about to say something you ain't got no business. Your mouth was just about to, and it's like, bloop, before you can get it out, bloop. You roll him around like that. Always, man, your lip, nah, man, pull it back in. But yeah, that's just, like I say, different generation. But some of the things that worked for them back then, some of it still works. And some, like I say, parenting, you have different styles of parenting. You have different ways of parenting. So I can't really, bash on the way, you raise your kids, because it may work in your household. It may work for you. You may have your kids like, okay, dad, they got respect. They got this and that, but it came by the way they were raised, in a certain way. But on the other side of the track, these kids was raised, okay, you say something, you go get bust in your face, or I will cut your butt till you can't sit down and stuff like that. And it worked. Like I said, sometimes it just happened that way. Some things work that worked then, still works now, but it's different. It's different. What do they say? Different strokes for different folks. Boom. And they didn't apologize. No, it wasn't no apology. What are you apologizing for? For correcting them? Yeah. And I think, oh man, listen, I ain't gonna tell that one. I'll leave that one on the inside. That's the inside joke right there. But yeah, we at the end of the day, guys, we just want to make sure our kids know that we're there for them. If they're going through things, we're there for them. And that's at the end of the day. That's all that matters. At the end of the day, that's matters. But yeah, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed tonight's episode. You guys are you guys are got a lot of characters here. Like I said, I appreciate you guys for joining us here on another Monday. You guys, like I said, you guys could have been doing anything else. You could have been working or doing whatever you do. But you took the time to join us, and I'm grateful and thankful for that, guys. So I thank you, appreciate you guys. Like I said, if you wanted to check us out again, we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, we're on Twitter. The Twitter account name is PureChat_live. If you older people don't know what that means, it's Pure Chat, that little line at the bottom, and live. So check us out. Hey, put that on. Matter of fact, inbox me that so I won't forget, so I can get that down. See, that's what I'm saying. You're working down. So I appreciate you guys just taking that time out to just check us out and see what's going on. Like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed yourselves. Make sure you clicking that like button and share the video. Yo, I know we got that family page. Make sure you guys sharing that video and let them know, hey, jump on that. We got something to talk about. But like I say, if you guys really enjoyed it, I thank you guys for joining us. Like I said, you can catch us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, and email. You can also email us your thoughts, your if you have any suggestions, if you have any topics of your choice, you can email us or inbox us here. The email account is purechatlive@gmail.com. Again, the email is purechatlive@gmail.com. Yo, you can inbox us here, Instagram, TikTok, or Twitter. Yeah. And make sure for the guys that don't like social media, if you know people that don't like social media, tell them to join us on YouTube. Just hit the subscribe button and hit the notification button so you'll know when we upload new videos every week. Like I say, these videos are a little edited version, so what you get here, you might get you'll get a little extra there. So yeah, if you guys want to check it out, or even just subscribe to it, share it with somebody, let them know, hey, you can go on YouTube and check it out. Chanel says generation courses, how we break them. Inbox me that. Please listen. Do not leave your topic choice in the comment box. It's easier for me to check it out. Inbox on the inbox, or whether you text me or whatever the case is. It's easier for me to go back and check that than it is with the comments, because comments is like all over the place. So yeah, inbox me that, Miss Chanel. Thank you so much. I love it. Yo, and like I said, guys, don't forget to go out there tomorrow and vote. If you haven't done your early voting, this is the time. Let your voice be heard around the world. Well, at least in South Carolina, wherever you're at. I can answer that now. No, don't answer that now. But yeah, make sure you guys get out there and vote. Hey, listen, I said it, I think it was last week. Make sure if you vote, hey, make sure you post a picture of your I voted sticker, letting us know that you went out and voted. For those who do, you receive a nice little gift, a little peer chat live. I was about to say peer praise. That's something totally different. Pure Chat Live gift for you guys. I have a gift for you guys. If another day, cousin. Yes, another day. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Love you guys. But yeah, make sure you post that on the wall on here. I don't think you can do it on Instagram. You can do it on TikTok or Twitter. Yes, if you have a Twitter account. Yeah, make sure you post it on the page, letting us know, hey, you voted, and we got you guys. We give you guys a nice little Pure Chat Live gift for those. But thank you guys. Like I said, if you have a topic of your choice, make sure you inbox us here, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, email us, and let us know your topic choice. We're going to put it on the list, and we're going to get at you. We're going to get that topic in. But if you guys, nothing else to be said, nothing else to be done. Thank you guys for joining us for another episode of Pure Chat Live, guys. Yeah. I am your host, Damian Jackson, and we will see you guys back here again for you guys. If you want to catch us on Recap Wednesday, yes, we do add in a little bit, but it's not that much. But yeah, if you want to catch us on Wednesday, Recap Wednesday, we'll be back here again at 7 p.m. And if not, we see you guys next Monday at 7 p.m. here for a new episode of Pure Chat Live. Like I said, good night, guys. I wish you all the best. Be well.